at July 14th, and it was a very slow start to the season. As you all recall, in the middle of March, we were buried in 3 feet of snow, and we didn't even see the light of day or any growth on any of the hydrangeas till almost early May. And shockingly, they have put forth a lot of growth. So what I'm about to show you is called summer pinch pruning. So what that means is, if you're looking at this plant, so what we see is we have all this green growth that is coming up and covering your flower line. If I look down here, if you can see, all my flowers are being buried by all this green growth. Now, this is what we call errant growth. It is never going to flower for this year. So, and it will just keep going and going and going. So what we want to do, and you need to do this, well, it used to be July 30th was our cutoff, because in August, flowers begin to form on macrophyllas for next year, and they have to survive the entire winter season. So, but since our falls are much longer, our weather temperatures are warmer, we have extended that into August 10th, possibly the 15th, but do not go beyond the 15th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look inside this plant. I want to see where that flower is, and we have quite a bit of growth on this. So I'm going to start cautiously. Sure. Well, I just want to take off some that you can see the flower line. Now, and sometimes you have to go back and even take off a little bit more.
Now, should they be pruned if there's no flowers inside, like this plant?
Yeah, there's no flowers on this.
Right, but say if you had a lot of growth like that, but there was no flowers underneath, do you still prune them back?
If you showed a desire to control the height of the plant, yes. But again, this is macrophyllas we're talking about, your classic mop heads. This is the only plant that we really do the summer pinch pruning on. So, and as we can tell, this plant is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, no, it's above a set of leaves.
Above a set of leaves. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Like this is a node. Right.
Yeah. So you're going to cut here.
You're going to cut this. Got it.
Yeah. And you're going to go down. This is, you don't count the first node because it's called what we call a blind node. This is your number 1 node. That's 2. This is 3. And I like to go at 4, because what's going to happen is when I make that cut here, and I like to do it down inside the plant, because 2 stems for next year are going to form. I don't want to cut up here and have 2 stems form there, because now everything's going to get top heavy. I want the extra growth and the extra I can't even talk, strength from lower inside the plant. Does that make sense?
Do you make a straight cut or an angle, or doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you're going to go, leave a little bit of a tail there. You don't want to get real close. Right now, if I look at this, the stems are right there. So.
Can you propagate those cuttings?
You can, yes. But that's a whole nother story for another day.
Come back next year. Maybe we'll have that as a
Yeah.
Hopefully Jim lets us come.
So I can go around this entire plant. So 2 things are happening here. I'm controlling the height, and I'm exposing my flower line. And sometimes you might have a late season bud, like right here. So I'm going to leave that. I don't want to cut off that flower. It's a little